Hey everyone, welcome back to Beeco Studios, and today we'll be working on a new project where we'll be converting Captain America's shield into, I guess, what they would more than likely be using back in the day, and we'll see how it goes. So first off, we're going to start with a sketch, but before we start, we should be gathering us some reference materials. So we'll bring this over here. So I already pulled up some just basic information about the different types of shields. Let's go ahead and type in Captain America shield. I'll start getting us some references. And I already got a few ideas of kind of want to tackle, and it's basically how they set up the whole ring pattern and the star pattern, and how someone like that or someone in medieval times could have achieved something similar to that without too much effort. So let's see if we can get a good image of it. I think we might have to go to Google. Here we go. So you can get a good frontal image of it. Let's see here. Here we go. Here's a good back and forth so we get an idea of what it would have looked like. So it's open image, a new tab. It's kind of small. Alright, we should have went with Bing instead. Let's see, just type that in. And the reason why I prefer Bing for images is just for this right here. You can dictate the size of the image that you want to look for. All right, let's see here. Here's a good one. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's go open image, a new tab. Let's see. Anything else we could use? So there's a good image of the back of it. I'm guessing these are the ones throughout the years. That's interesting. But we're going to stick to the original here. Um, so that does have a pattern there. Okay. Just you can just faintly see it. Let's type in straps. Here's a decent one. Is there one that's bigger? Let's see. I don't see any that are bigger. Hmm. That's an interesting design. Huh. Alright, doesn't appear to be anything. I guess there's this close up. Let's see. Image a new tab. Let's go ahead and save this. Let's go to references. Wrong reference. Let's go to Marvel. Captain America Shield. References. Alright. Go ahead and save that. Save this one. Make sure it's the right one. It is. Exit, exit. Alright, let's bring this down to 1000. See if that proves our odds. Oh, there's this one. See. Okay, here's a good one. I'm guessing this is from a toy of sorts. So yeah, the stitching on the leather or fake leather. Alright. And let's see. Alright, I think that should be good enough for the shield itself. Let's find us. Eh, that's interesting. Not what I'm looking for. Alright, let's go to medieval armor. So there's a couple things in medieval armor I kind of want to emulate in the shield itself. Let's do this. Medieval breastplate. There we go. And let's see. Here's a decent example of some of the things I kind of want to incorporate. So you got the rolled edges here, and you got this pattern here, and they're all riveted into place. So let's go here, save image as, let's add that to our collection. And I guess kind of the cool thing when it comes to medieval armor, it can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. So is there anything here worth doing? There's also some geometric patterns here that we could try incorporating as well. Open image, a new tab. It's an idea there if we want to go down that route, or if we would just want to keep it simple. So this is a complicated breastplate. Let's see. Now here's one that's a bit simpler. I want something that's more historical. Let's do authentic breastplate, see what pops up. All right. There's a decent design. It's more ceremonial or owned by someone who's ridiculously wealthy. Let's see. There's a simpler design where they got the ridges put into place. Let's see. Save that as. All right. Let's see, is there anything else here? Must be extra reinforcement there, or patch job. I think we're just gonna grab one more image of a helmet or something of this. Oh, here we go. Here's one with a star on it. Looks like, just do some real quick. There we go. Looks like it's embossed in or stamped. All right, let's do helmet. Let's see. I know this is an authentic style helmet. Or at least it's based on something that is. Let's see here. Wonder if that's enough material for us to go off of. That's strange. All right. Let's do one final look. Looks like it's cast in bronze. All right. That should be enough material, I think, to go off of. Let's just add that one and just add one more just in case. Almost looks fake. Usually you can tell if a helmet's fake based off the size of the islets. This looks to be more real, or it's based off of a real design. I'm not sure. This could be a later design. Alright. There we go. I think it's enough armor pieces. Let's now pull up some round medieval shields. Alright. So this appears to be a recreation. It's quite flat. Let's take that. But with our design being mostly metal instead of wood, it actually look more so like this, I think. As a 3D model. Let's see if I can find a full metal shield. So I think let's get one more of these. So we have ideas of what a true wooden shield will look like. I think that's good enough. Do we need this one? Yeah, I do like it, the ability to see the rivet, so let's take that one too. Alright. Now actually before we go, see what the straps would look like on a true medieval shield. Alright, so it's quite simple. It's just 2 straps of leather. I'm guessing these handles here are just for throwing then, and nothing to do with holding the actual shield then. Let's see. Can we find just a true medieval shield? Doesn't look authentic. See if there's one that uses interesting design. It looks authentic, so let's take that even though it's kind of small. Let's do one final look before we move on to the next one. This is interesting. I think it's designed for a crossbow of sorts. Here. Oops. I'm guessing that's common design then. You got 1 strap for your arm, and 2 straps for your fist. Alright. Should be enough of that. Let's see, round steel. Medieval shields. See what pops up. This looks to be a real recreation of one. I'm trying to figure out why it would be riveted there unless this is a piece of flat stock, that's a piece of flat stock. And it's 4 pieces that are riveted together. Here, what is this? Okay, so this appears to be a cap to a shield? Or is that the full shield? This appears to be one of these little caps here. Okay, let's see. Buckler shield. Makes you wonder if it was that size because of the limitations when it comes to the metallurgy or something else. Let's see. I think we have a good idea as to what one would look like. See, round. See, medieval. Round. Medieval shield dimensions. What's this? I'm guessing that someone's estimation is what the taper would be. All right. So I'm gonna have to research the dimensions of it, but all right. Go to all, see what happens. All right. Ground medieval shields typically range between 45 to 120 centimeters, 18 to 48 inches, 30 to 36. So 3 feet. I'm guessing someone with Captain America size 3 feet would be, or would, let's see, it'd be 30 or 3 feet. I'd have to see it in someone's arms, I think. I do that later. All right. I guess we'll start with the sketch then, now that we got all our materials saved. There we go. From the looks of this here, if I'd hazard a guess, forearm length here to here is about a foot. So you got 1, 2, 3. So that looks like to be a 3-foot shield. All right. So let's go ahead and figure this out. So let's open up the planes. Let's put 36 inches. And screw that up. Let's try again. 36. There we go. All right. Now, let's open this back up. Here we go. So let's get an idea. Okay, this seam here and these little pieces here just there for added detail from the looks of it, just as these are here. All right, so let's do this. Let's bring the image in. Marvel, Captain America, Shield. All right. It's not registering the file type. All right, I'm going to recreate it then. So, where are you? Okay, should be in one of these folders. There you are. So, I guess I'll bring this over here so y'all could see. Shield. So I'm gonna go ahead and convert the file type. So, one of these. Where is it? There it is. Open file. Save as. Oh wait. Export as. There we go. Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and rename it. Captain America. Shield. 1. And that should work. Alright, don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead and open it up. There we go. So because it's at an angle vertically, seems like I have to take the measurement from the side just so we have an idea. So let's take this, scale it to 0.75. That is way too much. Let's try this again. 9.5. All right, it's almost there. All right. So how big is this? All right, so it's about 3 inches, 6. All right, so we can treat each of those as 3-inch rings, I think. Let's go ahead. I don't need that. Offset 3, 3, 3. All right, there we go. All different little offsets. So you got 1, 2, 3 stripes. Pull this over here to the side. And you got a central ring. So you got red, white, red, blue, then the star. These do look kind of small, so it should be like that then. Then let's take this. Let's pretend this is rolled steel. So 125, 125, 125. Now I guess let's give making a star a shot. Okay. So we got 25. That's about right. All right. Let's mirror that over. Don't need that line anymore. Let's mirror this over. Okay. Now we're almost done here. Let's go ahead and mirror this over to the other side. The reason why I'm doing a mirror instead of an array is I don't want to deal with the constraints of not being able to touch it or do anything with it. All right. Do we like that shape or should it be more narrow? I'm go ahead and get rid of these. Pentagon. Don't need it anymore. Almost looks too wide. Let's see. It's 50 now. What if we made it 20? It's looking better. It's looking sharper. Let's see. Do we prefer that or do we prefer say 15. Let's do this. 20, 20, 15. Appears that they originally used a 20 degree rather than a 15 or something close to 20. This a 15 might be too sharp. Let's make it 20. All right. So now that we figured that out, let's go to the axis constraints. Not needed anymore. Whoops. Got rid of one too many. All right. So now there's different ways you can go about putting the pattern in. Do we like the design of that? Because the question is, how big of a star do we want? All right, so let's go ahead and make a duplicate. Nah, I mean, you can just recreate it just as easy. So let's just do this. No need to make any duplicates. Say we did, so that's divisible by 4, right? Yeah. So into 9 segments. So let's do 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches, 4. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Don't need that. Get rid of the center. Let's offset this by 0.125. All right. I don't know if it'd be 0.125. I'm just doing that as a guess at the moment. So the star will be this big on this shield. I guess for this one, just to make it quick and easy, we'll go ahead and just array it around. Oops, not what I wanted to press. Let's turn that around, go back to the sketch. Just make it 20. Nah, I don't need that. All right. That'll be the midpoint anyway, so let's go ahead and do this. Do that. go. We don't need this anymore. Alright, let's just array it real quick. It's not that important. I guess I could do this. Let's see. Stick that. Alright. Delete pattern. Delete the extra. Yeah, that worked quite well. So which one do y'all like better? The tiny star or big star? I guess if I was the one who's commissioning it, it'd be easier to make the one on the right would use less metal. If that makes sense. Because is this about the size of a buckler shield? I think it's about a foot. And this matches the thickness of the other shield to a great degree, I think. So I think the original might be 3.5 inches. Which would be an interesting choice, because I don't think, is that divisible? Nope. Let's see. 31.5. 35. So it might not be a true 36-inch shield, then it might be smaller. I guess we'll give that one a shot too. See, how far is this part? 38. Come on, 38. There we go. Let's give this one a try before we figure out which one exactly we want to do. All right. 3.5. 3.5. 3. Okay. Whoops. Let's try that again. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right. And let's do the same trick that we did before. Let's do 20, 20. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We don't need it. Take that. Let's array it around this point. Let's do 5. Let's take this shape. Mirror. Yep. Let's go ahead and delete the pattern. Delete the extra. Delete the mirrored piece. There we go. Really like how that worked out. So which shield is now better? appears that we're in a bit of a Goldilocks situation. The more I look at it, the more I think this is how they designed the original. Yeah, so 10 rings of 3.5, 35 inches. See, how big is this ring? 14, 21, 28. Hmm. What do y'all think? Y'all like the big one, the middle one, or the small one? The more I look at it, the more I like the one on the left. The star is too big in the center one. Star is too small in the right one. So that's our Goldilocks one is right here. What do y'all think? Do y'all pick the other two? Or one of the other two? I think I'm gonna go with this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of these. Let's move this. Alright. So now that we've settled on the initial pattern, or not pattern, I guess the initial scale, it'll stay still. There we go. We'll leave things here and start working on bringing it to life in the more, I guess, 3D scale. Or we'll bring another axis into it in the next one and go from there. All right, I'll catch y'all later. Hope you have a great day.